This is season 2, episode 4 of Biteworthy, and you've seen him before. He was my first Wahoo comedian who chose it. Very thankful. Thank you for watching out for my wallet. Biteworthy, as you know, is a term that it means that you have a comedian or a joke that you wish you had or stole from or you want to steal from, but we don't do it. Biting material in comedy is where you take someone's punchline or their mannerism or exact premise, etc. We don't do that. It's a cardinal sin.
Well, if you're really sneaky, you can.
Some people do. I know they do it, but it's one of those codes of conduct in comedy, but we have a Biteworthy comedian, and it's Ben Brown. You know him. Yay! Hey. So, dude, thank you so much for having me here. I have a gift for you. As you know, I gave you, you're a hip hop head, so I gave you my Deltron 3030.
This is the Nardwuar of comedy.
I don't know about that. No, I think Nardwuar's even, he does his...
What does he do? That dude's awesome.
He does his research. Me, I don't know the ins and outs as deep as he does, but he's like next
Yeah,
level.
I don't want him interviewing me. I don't want
You're like, hey, your underwear size is this. Like, what? Like, damn, man.
Yeah. He's like,
damn,
what'd you do in 1997 when you were 8 years old?
In middle school, you set this on fire. Like, nobody was supposed to know about that.
Nobody. I was a hero.
So we're at the Laughing Skull here. This is the first interview that we actually haven't eaten beforehand. So always like
the vortex is busy.
Yeah, it is busy, and this is the first time we've kind of mixed. Not the first time we mixed things up, but the first time that this has happened. So you're my first return guest, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And so let's talk about seconds. So do you have is there a good movie sequel that you like that is like you think it's better than the first? I'll give you some examples to get your brain flowing. Like Terminator 2 is the best sequel of all time.
Yeah, it's a great sequel.
At Me, whatever is that they say, the kids say now, At Me now. And I think Clerks 2 might be better than the first one.
No! You're going to hell. I thought me and you were the same age.
It's a hot take. We are, but
people,
dude,
I don't know.
It has a donkey show. It's so funny. It's
so
funny.
Well, I think that's what won some people over was the donkey show.
The donkey show won me over. I mean, I
want to see the new one.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, it's going to be good because when you have someone that's super self-aware, like
Alien 2. Sorry, that's my.
It's not a bad pick.
It just came out.
It's not a bad pick.
Alien 2.
I like it. So, is there like a food that you go back to for seconds, like every time?
Lately, since I work here now, I eat here, and that's about it. And so it's the chicken quesadilla at the Vortex.
Like, I can go back for another one.
Yeah.
I think when I go, because I have recently got engaged. I don't know if I told you this. Recently got engaged. Yeah, the in-laws, dude, they make crazy good food.
Oh,
like
wow.
They're just
do they live close?
No, they live in Watkinsville. They live in Athens area, and
so their food's even better when you wait to see them.
Every time I go there, there's like brisket or ribs or something. But let me tell you, my mother-in-law's chicken and dumplings, or like it's just dumplings. She just makes.
Man,
dumplings.
you're making me like want to go to sleep right now. And like I have and I will.
What, because I'm boring or because of this food?
Dude,
the tryptophan in my conversation.
I know what dumplings do.
Dude, they're so good. They're so good. Is there a girl that you've dated more than once?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, there have been some toxic ones in the past.
Listen to Cheaty. Shout out to my kid's mom.
Was she on an episode? Was she a topic of an episode?
She was I was on Cheaty's.
Oh, no.
I at the end of the episode, I think I looked like a big, hillbilly. And I don't know, I think it turned out pretty good. Shout out Cheaty's podcast.
It's not a bad. Yeah, with Catherine Bethany and Lace.
Yeah.
They're good. They're killers. I'm going to see her tonight. I have tickets for Dimitri Martin.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, she's opening for him. She opened for Spade, opened for Foxworthy. She is.
Yeah, she was here last night, and Lace is here all weekend.
See, fun. I told her she's the most likable nervous person I've ever met.
Catherine?
Yeah, like super anxious but super sweet.
I don't know. I relate to the awkwardness that
most people do. Most comics do.
Well, which
is weird because we're in front of people all the time.
Yeah. It takes me a while to spit out stuff, and I will fuck it up. Especially open mics when I'm calling people's names. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck up your last name. It's not racial or anything. It's I'm retarded.
yeah. Those.
I've done it to you.
Yeah.
And I know you
twice. Yeah, and we're friends, and that's okay. Then I don't.
I've done it to my close friend Jeremy Berterioni. I know his name now.
I mess with him, and I'm Italian. That's an Italian name. That's like me.
He's not Italian though. Did he trick you?
No. Yes and no. His name is Italian. So his like heritage is, but his like the way he grew up Costa Rican. So it's like it's Italian placed in a different country.
I feel like he
cheated.
I feel like he grew up like 11 from Stranger Things, like under like a microscope. Like, and I don't know, dude's smart.
He's sharp. He called me the other day, and he was working on a bit. It's funny. He's a funny guy. Wrong person to do it with, but is very funny. So we're at the famous Laughing Skull Lounge, and I have to just gush on you and commend your hard work has paid off in spades, buddy. You said you had a goal to actually work here.
Yeah.
And you now work here. Mm-hmm. And you have surpassed me as comedy's Mr. Nice Guy. Because
I am not.
You are.
No.
You're a big teddy bear, and I think honestly you were the first person to tell me I was funny in stand-up comedy.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe no one said it to me, or maybe they believed it. I doubt that, because I don't think I'm that funny.
Well, no one told me I was funny when I first started. It's because I wasn't, and I'm still not. And I occasionally I'll get a couple like, "Hey man, that was a good set," and I'm like,
"Yeah."
I'm like,
"Do we kiss now?"
Yeah. I'm like,
it feels so good. It feels so good. I think you're funny. I think you're just naturally funny. Like this, you're just naturally sweet, relatable, nice, and when you add humor into that, and then you are one of the when your jokes, like if they fail, you're just like, well, yeah. All right,
that didn't work out. Sorry.
Yeah. You roll with it very well, and that's a sign of a good comedian.
My cousin knows he's autistic. It's okay. Y'all can laugh.
Yeah. I have a joke where I say this joke was, and it's true. Malik actually helped me write a joke of my chicken and waffles bit. He's like, and the crowd gets a little crazy. Thought I was gonna get stabbed one night.
Where were you at?
The punchline, and it was like half the crowd was black, and one guy goes,
Oh, no.
I was like, I was like, it's okay. A black guy helped me write this joke.
I'm glad you brought that up. Did you bring that up in your set?
Not that time. I should have. But I now wrote it in there because I'm like, hey, and I talked to him afterwards about it.
Like, I have an endorsement. Like,
it's co-signed, man.
I got a co-sign.
Co-sign on this. So what's your next like lily pad they're gonna jump to? What's your next
I'm
step?
not jumping anywhere. I'm gonna work at the door here and be a good little boy.
Yeah.
And
make your
earn
name.
my spots.
Make your name.
Yep.
Earn my spots. That is commendable, because a lot of times I see people try to fast track instead of pay their dues, work out the material. Kenny Garcia, every time I bring up comedy advice, he's in the mix, and he says always be either both. Always get better and always have fun. If you're getting better but you're not having fun, take a break, do what you need to do. If you're having fun but you're not getting better, your jokes probably suck ass, and go rewrite some. That's how it is, and that's fine. And you get, because I've been guilty of lazy writing, and it just happens.
I had to working the weekends here. Like, I had to like step my game up. I don't get on the shows like people think I do. Like, I get on like Bob will put me up for like 5 minutes on like a best of show.
Yeah.
But like he's done like trial watching me do it.
Yeah. And shout out Bob Place.
Yeah, dude.
Bob Place. I live in Cumming, and he had a Cumming song. I pissed myself laughing. It's so funny.
He may come down here any second.
Oh, good. That'd be awesome. That'd be a great cameo.
Yeah.
He just walks in and does his titties bit.
he did. Yeah, he did that last night, and I don't know. It's funny
good.
He does it.
Top 10 joke. One of my top 10 favorite bits around here. So we're at the Vortex, a place that's known for like bite-worthy food and bite-worthy comedy. What are some like bite-worthy recommendations for food here, apart from the chicken quesadilla?
I like to get the cheesy mofo. It's like mozzarella and bacon. It's
Never had it.
and some other cheeses. I don't know. It's pretty good. I think it's mozzarella,
Yeah?
but I don't know. It's really good. But it makes me like I fucking have to shit right after it. Like I eat it, and like
I got 20 minutes.
I was like about to do 5 minutes, and like I just scarfed one down, and I didn't know I was going to do 5 minutes.
Oh no!
Yeah, and I was like, he was like, all right, you're going on after.
Doing the dance. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
Yeah, I was like, oh god.
That happened to me here. I ate early.
Regretted it?
Yeah, because
You
I
don't
was like,
eat before you
oh,
go on?
and I was 17th in the lineup, and I was like,
I got plenty of time.
yeah, but I didn't want to walk out. You know how it is, and so I should have just walked out there, taken a shit, and carried on with my day, and I'd been happy. But I brought it up in the middle of the set, and like, God, it made me forget a part of my joke. It's like, I'm sorry, guys. I had to shit. I didn't think I was going to go this long.
Yeah, that's classic.
I said it. Yeah, I just said it, and it was there.
I've left on a high note. Just like I just got up after like 30 seconds on stage. I got like 2 laughs, and I was like, "All right, that's it.
That's it. I'm out."
Yep.
George Costanza.
Yeah. I was like, "All right, that's been it. That's it for me."
So give me a good like after the show story or before the show moment or like just a
I don't think I'm allowed to tell some of them.
just
No, this place is really chill.
one of the little there's green room conversations. There's sometimes a bartender has a dude that's hitting on. Anything like that. Give me a little fun little tale or story or moment or something.
I don't know. There's creepy people in general. I was working the host stand at the Vortex.
Is that what stands out the most out here?
Yeah.
Creepy people.
Yeah, it wasn't the homeless out front, and those dudes are pretty rough.
Dude, I saw a guy.
I tried to help, and the security guard was like, man, don't
even.
You might get stabbed. And I was
That's so crazy you say that because I was sitting here after the show when that one lady brought samples of lemon pound cake.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was awesome. That's what she went up as her business pound cake name.
I think I know who that is.
Yeah. Great lemon pound cake or great pound cake. It was good. So she gave me a little thing. She said, "Here's some cake." I'm like, "What? Does this have weed in it? What is going on?" But I was sitting outside waiting for the show to get out, and I was watched a dude across the street right next to the Bulldog between that parking lot.
I know who you're talking about.
Dude, he had a beer can and he chucked it at this car, and this big black lesbian walked out and was like, "Motherfucker, you don't even know." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm about to see this dude get murdered."
I know that guy's still out there, and he said he was gonna stick his hand in my pocket last night and take my money, and I was like, but he says it all the time, like, "Dude, just go. I'll see you later." And he smiles and runs across the street. He cut a car off yesterday, and like it's almost the same thing. Yeah, but
It's just fucking with people.
Yeah, it's wild out here.
That's what he's addicted to.
It's fucking
You
with
think
people.
it's meth or crack? No, it's
it's
probably still crack, but it's also messing with people.
Yeah, man, I like.
Do you know his name? Is it Homeless Mike?
No,
Homeless Matt?
There's another. There's 2 guys that hang out there, and like our GM at the Vortex has to run them off. It's pretty bad.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I've tried getting the cops or whatever, but they don't care.
They don't give a shit.
They really don't.
I had someone walk up to me. They were trying to push and get donations for this. It was like Revolutionary Church or something like that.
I probably signed up for it.
Yeah, well, I was reading and I was like, let me see.
Was
what
it
this
front of
is about.
Sweet Hut?
It was front of Blick right there, right next door.
Yeah.
And so I was walking and she's like, "Hey, we're doing donations for it's summertime and we want to get them out the heat." I'm like, "Oh, all right, you led well. I'm listening."
Me and a girl had a real talk about that, about what she's doing. She said she is scared to death. Like she's like, because she was handing out at, I guess during the pandemic.
What do you mean of people?
Yeah, like the homeless, it was just her out there by herself. And I was like, you be careful.
That's rough. Yeah, that's a scary thing. I'm much like a woman now. I can't really defend myself as hard as a regular man. So I feel her plight and pain. But that's a dangerous thing, man. To go. I couldn't imagine being a single woman, man. That's rough. But I was looking into this little church, whatever, and it's like we want a space for, and no judgment if this is your belief system or whatever. But they're like, we want a place without cops, coronavirus, or colonizers / and it was like parentheses white people. I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be pledging. Don't think I'm going to be pledging.
I feel welcome.
It's so wild. But I was like, if part of what they do is take people out of the heat. And okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I've donated.
Can't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
It's all through. There's no cash. Like I did it through my phone or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just walk it up and down. But I can't do it. But every so often it help.
Yeah, because let me tell you, I've been doing a lot of house projects and like outside and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, 5 minutes. I'm gonna go back inside. It's 68 degrees.
Well, when people complain about like their jobs, like I just think of 7th Street over here, like the lady screaming at me every time I get out my car. I'm like, my life's actually pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, we're walking in high cotton, as they say.
Yeah.
And not to relate black and cotton to.
Hey, my mind didn't even go there.
I'm just teasing. Teasing.
Oh, yeah. What you're saying earlier about like you're number 17 up to go on the show.
Yeah.
See, I used to, instead of food, I used to do that with booze.
Oh, really? You drink too much?
Yeah, like I'd get here and like
too loose.
Like my first time here, like I got here super early. I got here like 5 o'clock.
Would you forget like half your jokes?
I didn't have. I just had a couple like stuff with like asterisks beside it to remember.
Yeah.
And that's probably like the best way I've ever written comedy. It was my first time, and then I bombed my second time. I threw all that out the window. And
what did you drink? What did you drinking?
I was drinking Chattanooga Whiskey Company 113.
Were you plugging them or something?
No, I didn't know anybody up here. Like it was my first like time coming here, and I would sit at the bar at the Vortex and just get plowed, and I would walk out there, and it was just terrible. I should not have done that.
Yeah, because I mean, beer drunk, you can kind of skate by it.
Yeah, I don't.
Whiskey drunk, liquor drunk. That's.
I don't really drink anymore.
It's a rough set.
Yeah.
I think the best example of someone getting too drunk to do their set was Steve Byrne. And shout out Chance Willie. He's one of my favorite comedians now. Chance Willie.
Weren't they at the Punchline recently?
He toured not too long ago. I mean, he tours with Theo Von now, I think. Dude,
okay.
He's killing it.
I might have seen him on this storyline or something.
So funny. Super funny. Edgy, but not like... He's like, you see those kids that wear Goodwill ironically.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I like this. he's just super. Yeah, there you go. He's super goofy, but
dude, this is like the nicest outfit I've ever owned, and it's all Vortex slapping related.
Just plugging merch.
Yeah, well, Miguel Eldorado last night, he was like, "Here's a shirt," and I was like, "Oh, thanks, man. I'm just a walking billboard."
To think you're homeless. He's like, here you go.
I think sometimes he wonders, but he knows I live with Liz.
Yeah.
Shout out Liz Durr, my roommate.
Oh, Liz is the best. I love Liz. And so I think the best, like when people get drunk, it's a bad thing. Positive K was one of his.
Positive K is
positive
the opposite of Special K.
Yeah, he's pretty special. Or it was that night. Anyway, he got so drunk. He was actually an old school rapper that wrote that song. I got a man. What your man got to do with me? He wrote that song, so he's kind of I got a man.
That's a
I'm
great
not
song.
trying to hear that. See, it's a good song, good tune. But he got so drunk, it took him 6 minutes and 14 seconds to tell his first joke.
Are you talking about T.I.?
No. But that's that's my next question. So keep that train of thought in there. But it was like, this is bad. So all he did was get drunk, talk about how he rapped for a long time, swerved around on the stage, told a joke, hit on a white girl, and then Steve was like, "Yeah, all right, let's get this show rolling." It's so
he's the opener.
So funny. Yeah, he was I think he featured or I don't know, something.
8 minutes getting the show started.
God Almighty,
That's good.
Was bad. We laughed so hard at just him being so drunk. It was good. And then he did this boy band thing. Very funny. Very funny. So you say that. So the T.I. hype has sort of kind of died down, and he seemed like he bounced back into the correct lane because he's the rubber band man. Get it?
Rubber band man. Yeah.
He's wild as the Taliban. Not so much. He's as wild as like Hobby Lobby now. He's kind of chill.
No, that dude's still turned up.
Yeah, he's still strapped.
Well, a friend of his came by El Dorado a couple weeks ago and was like, "Hey, can T.I. come here?" And I'm like, Yeah, I was
Can
like,
he?
I was like, he can. I was like, but he can't do. I was like, he can do 8 minutes. That's it. I know he likes to do a long time, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him 8 minutes, not 4, 8, and after that, I'm gonna play Shoddy Low. Like, oh, that's why.
So how do you do? Pretty. Like,
he never came by. I think all
okay.
the controversy, the stuff with Lauren Knight and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like
too
right.
hot.
I was here when that happened.
It's wild shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy to be. She was the first person that I ever saw in local comedy because she hosted a show and I was doing like a studious comedy class student.
She give you shit?
No, I was just in the audience and she didn't know I existed, and I was just watching her host a show and I was like, she's really funny.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
And it was so great. She's real, man.
Well,
her and Khalil, man, the most realist.
My favorite go-to, like, because I work at the door, and like my go-to is like when I storm artiste. It's really everybody here though. If I hear somebody say, I'm like, I'm gonna go watch this, and I'm sure I do it every set.
Yeah, you can't help it. I mean, there's so much variety in terms of race, cleanliness, filthiness, style in Atlanta comedy, and like there's a dozen people that stand out above the rest.
The Atlanta comedy scene is the best comedy scene, I believe.
That's I would agree with that. I would agree with that. So
there's just so much.
We'll talk about Foskey in a minute, but let me ask you. So T.I., it kind of died down, not really, but he's the biggest example of rapper doing.
Well, he went straight from the Laughing Skull to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, but I mean,
No,
is that sustainable?
No.
To be determined. We'll see. He's like, I think I need to go back to writing jokes. I'm like, okay, we got you. So who do you think? And you have a hip hop kind of knowledge. Who do you think has the potential to really be a good stand-up comedian? Like, what rapper, what hip hop artist?
Dude. Well, I would probably want to say. I want to say RZA. It seemed like because he just seems like, I don't know. So
RZA's a good pick because he's nerdy,
but he's also thinking about like everything going on in his head, like like sort of like Jay with the writing the lyrics and like with music and production. I don't know. I love RZA. I don't know. Cool Modi. I haven't heard Cool Modi.
Ride that wave. I think one of the people that come to my mind is, we talk about Atlanta, and I really believe this because of his acting, because of his comedy. I think two people come to my mind.
Don't say Kevin Hart.
No.
He already has it up.
He's gonna go from stand up to rapping. Like, oh no, I don't think that would. He might. I mean, who knows? That'd be cool. I say T-Pain. And then I say,
I watch his new podcast thing that he does. That's pretty funny.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He's naturally funny. I think one of the most underrated like things in comedy, like in a comedic movie, is him in that movie Lottery Ticket. He's the cashier. It's funny. It's got Bow Wow and
Lottery Ticket. I need to check it out.
It's okay, but he plays a gas station clerk that sells the ticket. And he just roasts people in there. I'm sure it was all ad lib because he sounds like it was. But him and Benjamin Andre.
Yeah.
He would be a good comedian.
3 Stacks. Yeah.
I think he would be a crazy good comedian. Those are just my picks.
Yeah.
Cool Modi. I like that.
Cool Modi.
Cool Modi.
Because anybody that's watching this is not going to know what the fuck we're talking about.
Cool Modi. No knows who Cool Modi is.
Well, like the Atlanta comedy scene is like 20 to 25, and I'm 35.
Yeah, I'm 36. We're the same age. And
if I didn't get the job here, I'd be fucked because I didn't know what anyone was talking about like at open mics.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what the politics of Alaska is right now, and and why should I know?
Right. Right.
I was like, I can't.
I get the same way.
My cookout tonight.
When people talk about, they say things like full stop. They say things like no cap. Like, I didn't know what that meant for the longest time. I felt like
I didn't know what sus meant until like the other day.
What is it?
I think it means suspect.
Suspect?
Yeah, sus.
Suspect used to mean gay. Is it? He's suspect.
We're old.
Everything was gay. Yeah, it was just you're gay.
Yeah, I wore a pair of yellow like skateboarding pants one time. I was gay for an 8th grade.
Yeah, you look.
I
gay.
was gay. In
Those are
grade.
gay. Those are gay pants. That's what they used to say. I'm trying to write a joke about that. About like how I'm like, oh, I think I became an ally to the LGBTQ community because everybody's like, oh man, your comedy's gay.
Your comedy's gay.
So I don't know. It's a dumb thought, but
I got gay jokes. I got a couple of gay,
I have a few. I have one where I mentioned I dressed like a lesbian because, the backwards snapback. So seeing so many working comics here hosting, are there some comics that like, I can't say the one that I wouldn't know. Well, maybe I don't know that we should kind of look out for. That you're like, who is this?
That's why I started the El Dorado late mic. It was just because like I don't know, I wanted to see people grow, and then when they could do 8 minutes, like give them a feature spot. And here, like everybody's just if we're booked here, they're already crushing.
Yeah. That's for sure. I think but every so often, if I see a name on an open mic list on the Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, there's a kid that writes really well. I think it's
Michael Wurst.
Michael Wurst, yes. Michael Wurst. He has
joked for a minute, but also he can dig him a hole.
He gets goofy. He gets traditional. Like, hey, whoa. He has those goofy, like, slide whistle jokes. But then he has, like, these really dark jokes. I'm like, he does some pretty...
well, he came here to the open mic, and I watched him every Friday for 6 months at my open mic, and I saw him here, and he crushed.
He gets better and better.
Yeah, so, but he actually, like, I think he makes a note.
How old is he?
He's young. Yeah, he's young. I call him young DJ Connor from Roseanne, because that's what he...
he does.
Sorry.
Oh my God, he does.
One night he's getting off stage, and he doesn't... When he gets off stage, it's so cool, because he just goes, Michael Wurst, and he gets off. And I was like,
Michael Wurst, I'm the worst.
For some reason, it just came out. I was like, give it up for DJ Connor. And
the
only person that understood it was Andy Sanford.
Of course, because he's 49 or whatever.
He's not that old.
No,
he's like, I don't know. He's like 5 or 6 years older than me. But I'm fucking old. God damn it, I'm 35.
We're old. I think he's in the early 40s, but he's a killer. I got to technically open for him
at
an American Legion show. But
American Legion, hell yeah. How was that crowd?
Felt like home.
Felt like home?
Felt like home in
You saw all
County.
Your uncles out there? You're like,
so
they're like, get off the stage, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll see you at Thanksgiving.
Even April was like, you should have told your pronoun joke, because anything that makes fun of liberals, like, they'll eat that shit up.
When I did Alabama, I just did like opposite of my material. Like I did stuff that I thought my uncles would like to hear, and I crushed. And I got invited back. Yeah. I was talking about the light bulbs being missing. I was like, they're smoking. Like I was like, I'm surprised y'all have all y'all's light bulbs. And they're like,
that's good.
And like, but no one else.
That because my neighbor smokes meth. That's so funny.
And I was like, I'm gonna say it at roll call one night to see what. No one knew what that was.
That's you just got to know your crowd. Sign of a good comedian. So it's summer, right? Yeah. It's summer right now, and Fourth of July just passed. Hot cookouts. What's like the ultimate Ben Brown cookout look like?
Going to cookout for $7.
Going to cookout.
Yeah.
It is surprising.
Getting those cheeseburger quesadillas. Come on, you get 4
You're a
of them?
quesadilla, dude.
Well, the thing is, it's like
you're like the Napoleon Dynamite of
I can refrigerate the quesadilla. I'm so poor. I can refrigerate.
Comedy is a great industry if you don't like money.
Yeah. I told my mom at the beginning of the year. She was like, so what's your plans, for this year? And it was like to make the least amount of money as possible and have fun in this. And that's what I don't make any money. I'm having a blast and I'm happy.
Good for you, man.
Some days it's kind of frustrating.
That's killer.
When your cars don't run out of gas, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
$4.50, $5 a gallon. It's crazy.
Yeah.
$49, whatever crazy.
Yeah, I've been like putting a gallon in, like maybe like $10 in.
I can get there.
Yeah, the light's still on when I leave. I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, just go up for a second.
Yeah, I almost wrote a joke about like I make good money. Like I make the type of money where I can just fill up and be okay. I make the type of money where like I go to the movies and I buy the popcorn and the candy.
Dude, I have never done that.
I used to sneak
Dollar General book bag. Like they obviously know.
Did you ever
like,
pop popcorn and bring it in?
Yep.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to have this thing I like to...
You were white trash like me. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Well,
once.
I also used to work at the movie theater in Cartersville, and that was glamorous.
Oh my God.
I was making $5.15 an hour.
Cartersville?
Yeah, $5.15 an hour, and I had to sweep the parking lot every morning, and the parking lot seemed like an old school Walmart parking. It was so big, and I had to swing all the cigarette butts up. It was terrible. And then I was like, but it still didn't, like, I still didn't stop smoking though because of that. I figured like you'd swing up cigarette butts.
Man, I want a cigarette now.
Yeah, well, I was like,
it's reverse psychology.
yeah, I'd be smoking. I was like 15. Like, there's such a shitty place. They let me, I was 15. They let me smoke and stuff.
Oh shit.
That's Cartersville though.
Different times, man.
Well, it was like 2002. Yeah, 2003.
Yeah, different times. I was still, that was in high school.
It was right after Y2K, kids.
Y2K.
They don't know. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, make sure you what is it, unplug your computers or all that shit.
Well, my family
so
thought
wild.
like it was like a Terminator situation because my family's like Christian and like
about the Jim Baker buckets.
yeah, the Jim Baker bucket. Dude, Jim Baker's killing it. He's back
Jim
on
Baker.
TV.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna let this heat die down for a while.
Yeah.
And now he's like, praise the Lord, I'm gonna sell you this bread in a bucket.
And it's like, I don't know what happened to the $300 million, but he was like, sorry about your condo.
Right. There was a clip where he was like, oh, this potato soup is real good, and he goes, he choked on it. It's so bad.
Dude,
So
he's out of
funny,
prison now,
dude.
and he's back at it. It's such a terrible person.
Can't change it, man. Can't change him.
But
So,
people love him like he's like Pope or something, you know?
people got, that's wild.
Is the Pope a thing anymore? See, I haven't been in the...
I don't know.
political-
Pope. I don't know. Pope's kind of woke now. I think.
Well,
Yeah,
I didn't
woke
know-
has seeped into the Vatican.
See, did you
know?
grow up Catholic?
No, I grew up non-religious, and then opposite.
I can sort of see that.
I turned inward to my grandma. My grandma always kept it, but she's not one who raised me. So I kind of turned into God and Bible for a while, for a hot minute, for a decade, and I was like, you know what? I felt, I was like, I have enough knowledge. I'm good. Let me just live my life knowing what I'm supposed to do. And I can't say it didn't help me, change my whole world around and get on a right path,
I definitely read through my, one of my mom's husbands was a preacher. Stepdad number 3. Shout out. He was a preacher, and like, I don't know, I just... hearing some of the stuff he would do on like his day to day, like I'm like, I don't want to believe in this stuff right now.
Yeah,
He contradicts everything he would say.
That's hard. That's tough.
So
it's like, hey, you're supposed to do this, but it's like a dad would be like, who's a raging alcoholic. He's like, you can't drink, but you're like, you're on number 7. What's going on here?
Cheers.
Yeah. So let me ask final question. I've been asking people this because I've never considered it before. Do you have any questions for me now? Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah.
What do you got?
What are you going to do with this podcast? Where do you see it going?
Well, I'm going up to see DeRosa in October. Sean Patton's coming down.
You're going to interview Sean?
Yeah, that's the idea. And then, because we talked about it. I mean, it's not confirmed and set in stone or anything, but we did chat about it. And when I drove to see him in Birmingham, I was like, Birmingham's not very far.
Yeah.
It's just straight to 20. Like, go.
It's not that far.
You just take a little road trip. It was nice. And then so I saw him, talked to him, and then Steve Byrne. Shout out to Steve Byrne because, excuse me, I love comics, man. Like, it feels so good. And I don't know how much they appreciate this or know this, but I messaged DeRosa and I'm like, hey man, are you coming to the Punchline or at Atlanta anytime soon? He's like, no dates, but when someone who I look up to, or in my eyes is famous, even though I asked my girlfriend, she's like, who the fuck is Joe DeRosa? I'm like, I hate you so much.
I hate you so much.
Yeah, but he messaged back, and then when I told Adam Ray happy birthday because he gracious enough to let me do a guest spot, which was wild.
That dude's
so wild.
That dude's funny.
So good. The king of crowd work. But when they actually engage with us feeble commoners, and I'm like, oh, it feels so good to have someone that's down to earth. So I just got Joel Byers and did Mr. Hot Breath himself. Good, thank you. I appreciate that. You're one of the 24 views. And so
is it like an algorithm with like hashtag? How do you get it the boost?
I don't know. I'm going to ask Daniel Delano. That's who I'm going to ask because he's got followers.
Yeah,
and I don't
dude's
know
got like a lot of followers.
So, I want to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Matthew English is going to be on.
He was the resident last month.
Yeah, he's so funny. He did, 40 shows, 60 shows? Some crazy
Yeah, because the comic before is like...
oh my God.
Yeah, he came, like at the very beginning of his residency, he was like... Because I told him I had a mic too, and he was like, I'm trying to hit all the mics I can. And I was like, dude, I was like, just go by here.
You can.
Yeah. And
I mean, you can do it. Man. That's I used to juggle girls that way. I'm like, if I girl with this girl, this Tuesday, but if I end this date at 8, I pick her up at 10.
That's how you get hit by lightning or herpes.
Yeah. Luckily, I dodged both of those.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah, hell yeah. So that's where I see it going bigger and bigger. I'll probably interview Catherine.
Interview everybody from the movie.
Bob is on. He's on my plate. I don't. It's making a jump from like, hey, you don't know me at all, to like getting in there.
Yeah.
Because Catherine's seen me a couple times. I've seen her, and I go from stranger to acquaintance to kind of good friend, and that's where I kind of need to get in there because everybody's got a podcast. And I know their time is valuable, and it's getting harder and harder to nail down these comics. Even you're a busy man, so I know we're gonna wrap this up.
I'm not that busy.
Now.
I'm just tired.
well, still, because you're busy, yeah. So it's harder to nail these working comics down. So I'm gonna work harder to make it easier for them. Get a date, set the thing, do everything that they need to do. They don't have to do anything. I'm just gonna try and everybody said just make it easy for them. Yeah. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. So when people roll into town, I'm like, hey, do you want steak? Do you want this? I'll take you out. I mean, I'll even pay famous comics for an interview. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you're trying to make this happen.
Whatever. Yeah, I just want to do it because nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
So that's
you're going around like a madman. You've done a lot of podcasting.
I have. It's been slow because life, the ebb and flow, the tide of life, and my relationships outside of comedy and comedy itself. But it's taken away from it a little bit. But I'm like, hey, I'm staying consistent. Posting my episodes. Sometimes I'll bank an episode, if I have to. But yeah, it's gonna be good.
I just thought of this. You were saying earlier, like people that I see on best of shows that are killing it. Do you ever see like Nick Murphy over at Punchline?
Yeah, I'm going there tomorrow for I've been pulled of the bucket each time I've been there. Yeah, power of the bucket, baby.
I want to go. What time is that, Mike?
9.
So I can go to it.
Yeah, go.
Yeah. Fuck, because like...
I'm sure he'll just put you up, maybe. I mean, you got the clout. I don't.
I don't have any clout.
Whatever.
I don't. I really do not. And I don't want to use it either.
Oh, okay. I don't... That's different. I don't want to use it.
People give me,
And you don't want to... You know what? That's very fair because you want to be look back. I never called in favors. I've done it. I've earned it. It's admirable, man. That's admirable. So I'm going to take the same road, and I'm just going to work hard at it.
Yeah.
Work at writing. Luckily, I've been a recommendation here too. Is I have 2 shows that I'm kind of sweating a little bit. In August, I gotta do the Comedy Zones in Columbus, Georgia, and Fort Walton Beach. Yeah. So, but I'm open. I have to do 25.
Oh, 25?
Or 30, 25 to 30.
Yeah, so
I've been writing
study your audience as they come in the door. That's one advantage I have if I get to do like a best of show is I get to watch the audience come in and like
look at this guy.
I'm like, okay, this person's and I seat them too. So like,
oh yeah,
and I was like, I seat them accordingly because I know a comedy show.
They're not
gonna
laugh at my chicken and waffles.
Well, all my jokes are really just fucked up. I've realized I've been listening to them. I'm like, ooh, that's pretty disturbing.
Yeah, that's okay though.
Yeah.
But you pull it off because like you're nice and approachable, and that mixes well. So
I'm just learning my voice right now.
The same here. I'm trying to just fall into my kind of traditional comedy role, because my comedy kind of idols, or what I grew up on, are the Ray Romanos.
Ray Romanos?
Yeah, those type of people. The very...
We did this before. You can do an impersonation of him. You just that, Deborah, I can't do it.
I mean...
Yeah, it's the most annoying voice ever.
You know, what do you want me to do? Yeah. He's like if Kermit the Frog took ketamine.
I watched his special on his comeback.
It's good.
Yeah, him just walking around New York.
It's funny.
Yeah.
And he is like that. I actually got to meet him.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones you met.
I met him in Vegas, and I was like, holy shit, I met Ray Romano. Like, my career is done.
Well, now you get to message him and ask, can I interview you?
Hey, where are you coming to?
When do you come into the punchline?
Oh, man, he might do it.
He's like, well, after my credits roll out on
Marcy said they like to come in and test their stuff on clubs. Like, because people, I don't know if like a Segura would do it, but like...
It all depends on what their schedule is in Segura. It seems like by watching his stuff, he is busy.
490 shows or some crazy.
He doesn't have time to walk over from Fox Theater to over here anymore.
No fucking way.
Back in the day, they used to see, that's a picture of Bert and the owner right there.
He has the shirt off. Go fucking figure.
Yeah, but this is back before. This is I think that's the Funny Farm days. The owner used to own the Funny Farm.
Birdie boy, we love you. We love you, and you are destroying comedy, and like he's a great businessman. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he reminds me of like he can handle, like he reminds me of Dice, or I don't know, because he just does his own thing, and like
got to do your own thing, man. That's what comedy's about. Fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah.
Because when I'm still struggling on not telling this joke, because someone's like, you can't say that joke.
Dude, I was talking about this the other day with
but they're like,
people
you
around
shouldn't
here.
say it. When people say you shouldn't say it, I take that much more to heart than someone says you can't say that joke. Well, I'm like, fuck you, I want to now.
I want to say it even more. That's why I could quit going to a lot of open mics, and that sounds wrong. You shouldn't do that. You should go to all the open mics.
All the mic stage time reps.
But I don't know, my anxiety and everything, I'm 10, 12 years older than everybody, and I don't know, they're like, you can't say this, you can't say that, and you can't say something about a homeless person because that's beating up on homeless. I'm like, I'm not beating up on anybody. I'm joking around.
Yeah, these are jokes. I don't guess, spoiler alert, I don't feel this way. It's just funny to say because we know it's wrong.
Because I've literally heard people say it out loud and be like some people think this way, and I just wanted to report it.
Yeah, this is how ridiculous your people's thoughts can get. And to play on that. We come from a different time, and I say retarded. And
I say it all the time.
We do, but it's just something that I likened it to like...
I called my girlfriend retarded earlier.
My girlfriend calls me retarded. That's funny. That's funny you say that. But it's like I feel like if you were to break it to like an 80-year-old white guy who's like, you can't say the N-word anymore. He's like, what do you mean? That's what I feel like when people are like, you can't say retarded. I'm like, why not? That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. You can't say that? I got in trouble because I say Oriental.
Oriental?
Yeah, Oriental. And they're like, you cannot say that. What are you, are you from the 40s? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's the Orient. It's like, it's not, I don't mean it.
You can find a way to curve around a word and make it, it's topical, and as much as people don't want to hear it being said, you can make it funny. You got to do that dance of inappropriateness. But I know you got to go to work. I'm kind of hungry now. First, because normally we eat and talk, but now we came straight down and did it.
What are we gonna plug? What do you got to plug? Do you have any dates?
The dates. I live here at the Laughing Skull Lounge. Actually, I work Thursday through Sunday here at the Laughing Skull Lounge. I work at the door, and I do security, and I work the host stand at Vortex. Monday,
Take out the trash. You'll cook burgers, dude.
I do. I've cleaned up throw up.
Oh,
Dude, it's a comedy club and a bar. People come out for their 21st birthday and order the AT Alien and hurl everywhere.
Those are the worst.
And then you'll find throw up in the
birthdays.
Seats and you gotta clean it up, man.
Bachelorette parties. Ugh.
But that's the job I signed up and definitely want.
Good for you. All right, and then
and the movie.
Yeah.
Blood Mountain Massacre. It's a movie I helped. It's a Bob Place film.
You're in it.
I'm in it a little bit, but also
Cool.
I was like one of the assistants. I helped Bob do setup stuff.
Just a big old helper.
Yeah, I was a big old helper.
Big old helping hand in comedy.
Yeah, well, this is a slasher movie, and it's got the funniest people. It's got Joe Kelly, Liz Durr, Catherine Blandford, Lace Larrabee, Nick Murphy, Brian King. Come on, it's gonna be.
It's like the who's who of Atlanta comedy movie.
Well, even people that you wouldn't recognize in that's some people that aren't in the comedy scene just fucking destroy it. Like the killer in the movie. God,
yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, Matt.
Is it out? Has it?
It's hopefully we'll do like a screening in October.
Oh, that would be killer.
Because Bob's ahead of all the editing stuff. He's just working on it.
Good.
Yeah, and it looks so good.
Oh, and right in time for Halloween, baby.
Yeah, well, it's a B slasher movie on steroids.
That's it. I love it. I already love it.
Yeah. So
good.
So Blood Mountain Massacre. Look out for that. That's gonna be in the fall, hopefully. And just come check out the shows of best of at the Laughing Skull Lounge.
Laughing Skull is a good time. It is. Oh, I've never had a bad night here.
You want to stay for the 5 o'clock?
I'm gonna try my best.
I might go on. That's what I was asking. I might.
Well, then I'll have to stay.
You don't have to.
Well, I mean, it's on camera.
You heard that? He has to stay. He says he's going to stay now.
Yeah, I really want to.
You want to see me do 5 minutes? It's all on my Instagram.
You do post well.
Are you going? Let's do the Nardwar.
Dude, I don't know how he does this.
There we go.
We love you, bro.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Ben.